They call it family, but sometimes the word becomes a chain that keeps you tied to people who only take. The day I signed the deed to my first house, I felt free, until a single text nearly shattered everything. Hand it over to Daniel. He deserves it. Those words, from my own father, froze my breath. 35 years of clawing for my place in this family, and they still thought my hard work was negotiable. Want to know how I broke free from their grip? Stick around. This one cuts deeper than blood. The beginning. My name is Emily Carter, 35 years old, operations director at a global logistics company. My job is demanding. Spreadsheets, contracts, negotiations. But it pays well. My condo overlooks the city skyline, the lights flickering like restless stars. On paper, I had what most people call success. But behind closed doors, my life had been cracked open by betrayal. 2 years earlier, I walked away from a marriage that nearly destroyed me. My ex-husband, Matthew, had spun webs of lies. Late nights, work trips that weren't, whispers behind my back. When I discovered the truth, I left. I kept the condo, kept my name, but carried scars no one could see. My family didn't care. My father, Richard Carter, barked through the phone one night. "You're throwing away stability. Matthew grounded you. This job of yours? It's a phase." A phase. My career, the thing I built with sweat and sleepless nights, dismissed like a hobby. But that was my family. My younger brother, Daniel, had always been their golden child. When we were kids, he'd break my things. A guitar I saved months for, notebooks filled with sketches, and they'd rush to replace his sneakers or buy him video games to soothe his feelings. When I earned a scholarship to a top university, my parents barely blinked. When Daniel dropped out of trade school, they threw a barbecue, toasting his bravery for following his heart. You see the pattern. The shift. Last year, something shifted. Dad's calls dwindled. Mom's texts shrank into one-liners. Daniel's social media became a parade of family dinners, coffee dates, holidays, barbecues, all without me. I'd scroll, thumb hovering, wondering what sin I'd committed to deserve the silence. Then, one night, a voicemail slipped through. Daniel's voice, sharp, cold. "Don't worry, Dad. I've got Emily covered for her birthday." But the tone wasn't kind. It was calculated, like he was planning something, not celebrating me. My birthday. My 35th birthday became my turning point. I wanted to reclaim joy. I booked a caterer, ordered candles and jazz, and filled my loft with friends, the family I chose after the wreckage of divorce. I even called my parents months ahead. "Please keep the date open," I asked. Dad grunted, Mom sighed, but I clung to hope. That same week, I made a decision I hadn't told anyone. I bought myself a gift. A lakeside cabin tucked against whispering pines, cedar walls glowing in the sun, a dock stretching into water that mirrored the stars. My sanctuary. I signed the papers just days before my birthday. That night, laughter filled my loft. Glasses clinked. Rosemary chicken drifted through the air. But by 9:00 p.m., no parents, no brother. I checked my phone. Texts unanswered. Calls ignored. Then it appeared. An Instagram story. Daniel, champagne in hand. My parents by his side. At his art gallery, exhibit. Smiles wide. Caption. Family night, couldn't be prouder. On my birthday. The night I begged them to keep. My chest hollowed. My friends noticed. Asked, "Emily, are you okay?" I forced a smile, showing them photos of the cabin instead. Cheers erupted, pulling me back. "This is huge, Em," my friend Claire said. "You did this. You." For a moment, I felt something stronger than hurt. Defiance. The reveal. The next morning, I posted the cabin online. My words simple. Built this for me. For peace. For new beginnings. By noon, my phone exploded. Dad, how do you afford this?
Mum, call us now. Daniel, you're selfish, hiding this from us? I sipped my coffee, silence my only answer. By Sunday, they were pounding on my condo door. Dad stormed in first, jaw clenched. Mom followed, Daniel smirking behind them. You should have told us, Dad snapped. That's not how family works. I planned to, I said coolly. On my birthday, the one you skipped. Mom waved a hand. Daniel's exhibit was important. You know how talented he is. Talented. The word sliced deeper than a knife. Dad's voice turned to stone. Emily, you need to give Daniel the cabin. I froze. What? He's starting a life with his partner. They need a home. You've got your condo. Share. Daniel lounged on my sofa, smirk deepening. You don't need it, Em. You're just you. My laugh was sharp, bitter. No, I earned it. You didn't. Their faces hardened. Rage boiled in my chest. Get out, I said, voice low. Dangerous. They didn't move. I said, get out! I shoved them toward the door. Mom gasped. Emily, don't be greedy. But I slammed it shut, their voices fading down the hall. For the first time, the silence felt like freedom. The backlash. Days later, Daniel posted a photo, his eyes red, tears staged. Caption. My sister hates me for building a life. She won't share what she doesn't even need. The comments poured in. Cousins, strangers, calling me bitter, selfish, cruel. Then came a call from Aunt Linda. Emily, your dad says you borrowed money for that cabin, that they're drowning in debt because of you. My stomach dropped. Lies. They weren't just after my cabin. They were after my reputation. And then the text came. From Daniel. Sent by mistake. If Emily won't give it up, we'll make everyone think she's a fraud. My lawyer says we can claim it as family property. Claim it. My cabin. My sanctuary. That was the moment I realized. They weren't just trying to take what I built. They wanted to bury me. 6 months later. Now, 6 months later. I sit on the dock of that cabin. The lake laps softly at the wood. My dog, Willow, curls at my feet. I haven't spoken to them since. Daniel got married, squeezed into a tiny apartment. My parents still cling to their old house, still spinning their stories about me. But me? I've rebuilt. My circle is smaller, my life quieter. Mornings start with sunrise runs. Evenings end with fires crackling, Willow at my side, and the sound of peace. I'm seeing someone new. His name is Aaron. He doesn't want my cabin, my money, my image, just me. And I finally believe that's enough. The lesson. Sometimes family isn't safety. Sometimes blood is the knife. But boundaries? Boundaries are armor. And this cabin, my sanctuary, stands as proof that I won't be stripped of what I've earned. So let me ask you this. If your family tried to steal your dreams, would you forgive them? Or would you close the door for good? Don't forget to subscribe to Tales Between Time, where every story hides a twist you'll never see coming.